First thing is I got all my tools ready. Tweezers, eyelash curler, glue, scissors for trimming, and the mascara, which you can buy at Target. First thing I do is take the Made for This glue and put a glob on the box so that it can dry. So I kind of tap it about, but I'll put like, you know, a good size amount there and kind of let that get a little tacky. That'll help with application. Okay, it's Henry in the background. Okay, I like to curl mine a little bit for help to apply. So it kind of helps lift the false with it, so it helps easier to find your lashes. Okay, then you can prep your lashes. These are the originals. So I like to keep it this way so I can match my eyes. I start with the inside corner and work out. The first set is 3. You can kind of see it's 3 segments, 1, 2, 3. I cut off the inside one, which is where you get the scissors. So I just snip that off because I have like the pitch of my eye is steep and then it comes over. So I need to have that more custom fit. Okay, trimmed that. Then what I do is I use the mascara now to help give a little grip. I just use the bond side. I don't use the seal. So kind of whoop, whoop, whoop. And then I just kind of put this on like a mascara, working from the inside because that's where I start. And work out. Don't need much with this stuff. It'll help. It'll just help with application. It just tacks it on. Okay. Take our segment with your tweezers. Grab that on the, like that. Take the glue. And then I just kind of create that 3D bubble on the, you can kind of, I don't know if that's seeing or not, but yeah, it's not very good, but you can kind of see there's like a little bump. Okay, then lift your eye, and I actually like to kind of dab a little bit on the next segment too, so that it kind of creates like a, I don't know, like a tie for the next set. Then stick it where you want it and flip it. So that's one. Now the next segment is 4, like 4th. I cut that in half. It works better for my eyes. So take the glue off the back. I hold it like this, and then I kind of rub it over top of my finger like that, and then I kind of pull. And you can see that this one has like a longer, I don't know if you can see that or not. I need to focus, autofocus. But there's like a longer segment on the side of where that clear lash is. I trim that. And then I cut it right in half. Put that one down here. Take my tweezers. Dip it. Kind of just create that 3D bubble effect on it. Lift, you can kind of tack over again so you have like a line to follow for the next if you want. Kind of see where I'm gonna go for the next segment. And then let that one, sometimes it gets stuck to my tweezers, which is awesome. And there's 2. Now sometimes like the line gets a little bit messed up down here. So I kind of just, while it's still tacky, I use this and I push up. So I grab my second half of that. Boop. Do the same thing. Get your glue. You can kind of tap it here so it's not getting on the underside. Kind of tack it over a little bit so that I have like, you create like a line of glue to follow for your next lash. It just helps kind of seal them together. Don't be afraid to use a little more glue if you're doing that method. Underneath, pull up. Boop. Okay, the next segment is another one of 4. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna trim that in half. Take the glue off the back. Kind of rub it over your finger like that. It gets that off. And if there's any excess of that base, that clear trim, just trim that off. I trim these in half. Tweezers, kind of hold it at the end. Dip and drag. Kind of trace your eye line a little bit for the next segment so it has something to tack onto. Sometimes when I do that, I put a little bit more glue because it's, and then don't be afraid if you do that more glue, just go tap, 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 tap to kind of get off the stuff on the other side so your eyelashes don't stick together. Lift up, find your next line, and it's stuck because that's what it does. Voila. This one's got like a little, okay. Find the other half. This one looks good. I'm gonna do the drag line method a little bit so that my next set has something to grab onto. Gonna re-dip, tap, 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 tap. Okay, this one's got a little straggle loose there. I don't know if they're getting this or not. I hope so. Okay, now the last segment is one of 3. This is the originals, by the way. And sometimes my eyes are not symmetrical. So sometimes it fits, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on how I put them, I start them. So with this one, I'm gonna trim off a little excess of that tape at the bottom. And then I'm going to measure to see. And it's too long. So I'm gonna trim off the inside of the 3 segments. This little guy here, I'm gonna trim that off. Okay. Perfect. Glue, tap, 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 tap. And then you can take the tweezers and don't take the sharp end, that's bad. Push up on those to kind of help them adhere to the made for this glue and also for the other one. There you go. Okay, other eye. Let's start again. The Falscara, just use the Bond, the gold one, not the seal. We don't even need that. How to take these off too, by the way, is I just grab by the glue and slide that up until you can, 3rd segment, I trim that off. Oh, here, there. Okay. Voila. Then we take the Lash and we shove it into our eyeball. Glue. And then you don't see, now this one's got a little wonky down there. So what you can do is you can just kind of pull that up a little bit. Move it back to where you want it. I said to do it. Find the other segment, put it on. Tap, tap, tap. If there's any like wonky like hair that's like sticking out, like I have one here, I don't know if you can see it or not. I just trim that off. Not necessary. Life is hard enough the way it is. I don't need you fucking it up anymore. Sometimes I like it. It's just what I do. Get over it. Oh my God, she's so unsanitary. What are we gonna do? You're gonna deal with it just like every other human in the world deals with that shit. Okay, we're peeling the glue off. I'm just going to kind of measure here. Yeah, I just need to cut off that inside segment because my eyes are not that big. I don't have eyes the size of bologna. Okay. It doesn't want to stick because I have other junk on my, there we go, tweezers, and I just dropped my mother fucking segment. I don't like the way I put that on, so we're gonna try again. And now I've got excess glue in that corner. I'm gonna try to wipe that down a little bit. We're okay, we're all right, we're fine, everything's fine. Okay, I'm having a problem. Why aren't you sticking, you mother trucker? You have lift off. Okay. That's how you do it. And let them get tacky. The tackier they get, the better. One more thing, as it's drying, don't be afraid to just don't use the sharp end, that's bad practice. I'm a genius. Don't be afraid to keep kind of pushing that up a little bit, like into the glue. That's just gonna help seal it all together. Really make sure that I can help it. I use the sharp end. I'm a rebel. There you go.